What's up, guys? Welcome to my 15,000 mile service part 2. Sorry it took so long, but here we go. Alright, now the bike's up a little bit and it's more importantly level, so we're going to go ahead and drain the oil out of it. Need a pan. And there's a little tube tucked up under here. The frame. Held on by one of these little clips. And that tube has a plug in the end of it, held in by a hose clamp. You can pull that plug out. Oh, I almost forgot, you need to pop the dipstick off the other side. That just helps the oil flow out better because it's not trying to pull it back from on the top of the oil tank. There you go. You're gonna sit for a minute and let that drain, and then we're gonna pull the filter out. And then you'll see why I have a water bottle cut in half in my oil pan. Alright, now that's pretty much done, we can put it away. Alright, then we're gonna pull our oil pan over here. And this is where my water bottle comes in. Harley makes a funnel that sits up under the oil filter, but a cut in half water bottle is way cheaper. And even with my funnel, I still ended up making a mess all over my floor, so maybe it's worth buying a Harley Davidson funnel. Alright, then we need to put a new filter back in. I like K&Ns because they're not terribly expensive, and I've been using them in all of my cars and I've never had any problems, so it's been pretty good. And what I really like about them is they've got a 17mm nut welded to the top, which I just saw earlier. Makes it really easy to get them off when you go to do the next oil change. Alright, so don't drop your filter. Alright, so before we put the filter on, you need to crack open your new jug of oil. And put just a little bit of oil around the seal. That'll make your life a lot easier when you go to take this back off from 5,000 miles. And just pour a little bit of oil in the filter. You don't want to fill it all the way up because you're going to turn it on its side and you're going to like dump it all out. But you want some in there just so that it's kind of sort of primed when you go start the bike up. It's not like that's just that much less oil it has to pull through. So that's probably good. Alright, we're going to go ahead on. Funnel out of the way. And you just want to put this on hand tight. You don't want to use your wrench to put it back on because once it goes through a few heat cycles, it will be very difficult to get back off. Alright, so we're going to pull our oil pan out of the way, get a shock rag and wipe up where we made a mess. Alright, next up we're going to check our primary chain tension. To do that, you need a 5/32 and you're going to take this cover off. Make sure you don't lose this little O-ring there on that bolt.
Alright, so the free play that this chain needs to have. Alright, so here's how you check your primary chain. Put your ruler in here, your tape measure, whatever. And you want to pick a mark on the tape measure. I've got 3 inches right here, as even with my screwdriver. And you want to see how much the chain deflects when you pull it up. So mine goes up about 5/16. You're allowed to be 1/4 to 3/8, so I'm right in the middle there. That's good, I don't need to adjust it.
Alright, and then we're putting the inspection cover back on. Last time I did this, I stripped one of the bolts when I was putting it on. So I was able to get it torqued down enough that it didn't leak, but I'm not sure how obvious it was a second ago in the video, but it was a huge pain to get back off. So I'm gonna go ahead, since I knew that I had stripped that, I planned on replacing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some I just got a whole new set of bolts and gaskets. Because although this gasket's probably okay, it's like $1 or something, just went ahead and replaced it. Alright, so put your gasket back in. Put your inspection plate cover on there. You're going to install your O-ring on your new bolts. And we're going to torque those to somewhere between 100 and 120 inch-pounds. And when you're doing this, make sure that the hex head seats all the way down into the bolt, because I was like kind of halfway in it crooked or something, and that's how I stripped it out last time. So make sure it's in there set good, and make sure you don't over crank it, because 100 inch-pounds isn't a whole lot. And I'm pretty sure my side case was stripped. No, so look what just happened to my bike. This is ridiculous. I've never seen this happen before. I can't believe this just happened. So when I thought that I'd stripped it, what actually happened was this mounting tab right here cracked. See it flexing there? That's a crack right there that my screwdriver stuck in. I can't believe that just happened. So I guess I need a new side cover now. That's gonna be expensive. Awesome. Great. I doubt that's covered under warranty. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to call the Harley dealership and see how much it is for one of those. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so called my Harley dealership, and they said that my bike is still covered under warranty, which I already knew that. But they can't say over the phone if that is covered under warranty. So I gotta take it in, We'll see. Yeah, hopefully it's not terribly expensive. If they do say that it was my fault, I really don't think it was, because everything I was doing was in spec according to the book. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with my maintenance since nothing else I can really do about that for now. Alright, moving on. Next up on our to-do list is to check the fuel lines, oil lines, and brake lines for leaks or abrasions. So, starting with our fuel line. This is our fuel line right here, and it is super duper clean. So I don't see any leaks or abrasions on it. We've got a fuel vent here, which also looks good. And we got our oil lines. All those are clean. That's leaking. Everything looks good in there. Alright, brake lines. There's the banjo coming off the rear master cylinder. Looks good. And it comes under here. Oh, that looks good. And on the front, nothing's leaking there. And down the side, underneath. Oh, that looks good. Next up is to inspect the rear master cylinder sight glass. So that's our mark right there that we need to be above, but it's like sure enough full, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But like I said, I'm gonna be flushing all of this anyway, but it's still a good idea to check. Alright, next up is brake pad thickness. So how I like to check that is I've got a set of digital calipers, and there's no real easy way to do it. You just gotta kind of like put it up there and eyeball it. Alright, to do the brakes, you can take them off and measure them, but you're allowed 0.04, which is that much, and I've got plenty more than that. As for the disc, I'm allowed 6.5 millimeters. Set to millimeters. And set it to see, it's still plenty bigger than 6.5. Alright, let's go up to the front and do it again. Alright, so the front is super hard to read. It's right there. I don't know if you can even see it. But it's 4.57 millimeters is what it's allowed to be. So we're gonna do the same thing. Set up our calipers. 4.5 knots. The point is, like, it's still plenty big, but it's not going there. Set it back to 4 inches. So there's my brake pad, and you can see it's plenty thicker than that little gap in my micrometers. So I'm gonna call those good. Alright, Future Matt here with an update on my side cover. I took it in, and unfortunately it was not covered under warranty. That's primarily just because I didn't have any way to prove that it wasn't my fault, because I'm the only one that had been in this motor turning wrenches. If I had my previous services done by them, then it probably would have been covered, just because I would have had probable deniability that one of them had over tightened it.
But since I'm the only one that's ever had a wrench on this bike, then there wasn't any denying that I was the one that over tightened it, even though I used a torque wrench and followed the torque spec. But here's my side cover. It's got this little crack right here on that one and that little crack right there. So I think what I learned from this is that when I'm doing my primary chain inspections from the future, I'm just going to kind of snug those bolts on wrench tight. They're not critical, they're not holding anything on. If they back out a little bit while I'm riding, there's not going to be a catastrophic failure. Worst case scenario, they weep a little bit of oil and I just snug them up a little bit more. So in the future, I think that's just what I'm going to do. Anyway, that was part 2. Keep an eye on part 3, and I promise not to wait 3 months before I upload that. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, one more quick thing that I forgot to mention when I was talking earlier, that even though I paid for Harley to have my new service cover installed on the side, buying the replacement cover and having them install it was still cheaper than having them do the service. So even though warranty didn't cover it and I was out a couple $100 to have that part replaced, I'm still money ahead than by doing the service myself. So I mean, that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to decide if you're going to do the service yourself or not. That it's cheaper to do the service if nothing goes wrong. Even in my case, one of the worst possible scenarios happened and I had to replace the side cover. I'm still money ahead doing it myself than if I had paid them to do it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, I'll see you guys later.